Hey Virgo, Sun, Moon, and Rising is Broken Tarot. Hope you're all doing well and staying safe. This is going to be your July 20th to the 26th, 2026 weekly reading. So Virgos, I'm getting the energy here that you guys are focused on healing your inner child this week. You're being told that you've been too serious. You need to focus on, having fun, snap out of it. And I feel as though, no one just chooses to be serious all the time. I feel as though, things you went through possibly from childhood and this player that you could have, possibly just gotten out of connection with, they definitely had you in a low vibrational state. Okay, someone here was definitely very stubborn, very cold, very distant with this Page of Swords. Could have been an air sign, doesn't have to be, but I'm feeling as though someone here, whether they had very a lot of money, financially stable, could have been rich, whatever the case may be, this is a very stingy individual. Not saying you wanted things from them, but it's like they use that to reel you in, make it seem as though they're very giving, caring, charismatic, love bombing, trips, gifts, and then all of a sudden it just stops. And then it's just like they're just there, and they just expect you to just be lovey and dovey, giving and caring, and there's nothing to really go off of. And I'm seeing with the addiction card here, it doesn't have to be drinking, it doesn't have to be substances, but I'm seeing here that there could have been some codependency. Okay, I'm feeling as though you did not deal with this person for too long, but if you did, if you were married to them, things like that, I feel as though with this Justice card here, there can be a legal separation, a divorce being had, divine intervention. Someone here, they come and go as they please. There's crossroads here, two doors. So I feel as though someone has to make a decision on whether they want to be with you, whether they don't, but they're not going to physically or openly say that. They're just going to have you sitting around being heartbroken. We have expectations and we have communication. There's unrealistic expectations and it's leading to disappointment, and there's miscommunication. But I'm also getting that they just flip your words on purpose. They cause arguments. They make it seem as though you're saying everything wrong, doing everything wrong, so they can have a reason to fault you, have a reason to walk away and make it seem as though you're crazy or you're asking for too much. Okay, and it's very confusing to you Virgos, because it's just like whether they wanted to be with you first, they courted you. It's just like now they're all of a sudden acting as if you're in the way, you're a burden to them. And with this King of Pentacles and the King of Wands, I'm getting this person can have two different personalities. One minute they're stable and calm. The next minute they're just hot-headed and like just going off and going crazy. And you don't really know how to like communicate with them or respond to it. With this single card, it's saying lonely, guarded, isolation. It's like you could be with them still, but feeling so lonely. And with the King of Pentacles, it was looking at the energy as though they're confused as to why you're wanting to walk away, even though they mistreat you and, disregard you and dismiss you. And I'm also getting for a lot of you Virgos, you can relate this to a father figure that, growing up, you feel as though your dad was the same way, very dismissive, very discouraging. If it's feeling as though they weren't there, but they were there, and just always just there to, point out your faults before the good. And you feel as though when it comes to your partners, you feel as though you run into the same low vibrational shit. So now you're feeling as though this week you really need to make some changes and cut somebody off, cut these people off, and just stay to yourself, isolate, and really figure out, going within what makes you happy. What have you been tolerating for so long that has not been, benefiting you in any way? Because with this player card, it's like, it's in a way, it's kind of making it seem as though you have a choice to stay here or you can go. And if someone feels that way about you, it's like, you know what, I will walk away. Because at the end of the day, with the Page of Swords, they're protecting their energy, their peace, and their gold. It's like they're making it seem as though you're trying to take from them, Virgos. It's like people around you just make it seem as though you just have your hand out, or just make it seem as though you're asking for too much, when you're just asking for common decency or just, the bare minimum, honestly. So you're definitely going to be freeing yourself from this, whether it's divine intervention going to be doing it for you, Virgos, or you're just going to be waking up one day and realizing that someone here is just stupid. Okay, they're wanting you to be around and just go with their flow while they don't do anything for you, really. Okay, they're just defensive. All right, for the like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video.